G'day mates, how's it going? Back. We're gonna go this one? Yep. BG go. Okay. I forgot to set up the thing. That doesn't sound like me. I don't forget those things. Okay. We're gonna react to this. Because apparently the future of Assassin's Creed got leaked. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on.
Like huge for Ubisoft. I mean, it's one of the few franchises that still regularly make them money, and as a result, they're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on it. And a brand new report from Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming actually breaks down the future of Assassin's Creed and just kind of confirms what a lot of us suspected, which is that Ubisoft is putting all of their eggs in this basket. There's a lot
that's not good.
riding on Assassin's Creed, kind of lifting the company out of the pit that it's dug itself into. And in this video, I'm going to break down for you all of the things reported here with a couple of extra little interesting tidbits. But the main takeaway is that Assassin's Creed
But the next couple games have to be
very
like
much
flawless.
alive, and if anything, it is getting more cash injected into its veins than probably ever before. There are 9 games expected to release in the next 6 years.
Oh my god.
And some of them represent small investments, others represent gigantic investments on the part of Ubisoft and Tencent, a recent investor into the fold. We're going to break it down. There's some interesting tidbits. At least one of the games we previously thought was coming has been canceled, or at least very, very much seems to have been canceled. And they also looks like they're going
to
if
they have 9 games coming,
marketing approach with a couple of these. One that I actually suggested
that makes me think they've split too many people
developers like
to make these games, which means the games are still going to be.
Which is interesting. Again, I'll break it all down for you. We'll get into it. But before we do, subscribe. Otherwise, my editors will get mad at me because I'm supposed to give a call to action. So please. Otherwise, they'll yell at me. Please. Or don't subscribe. I'm not your dad. I don't care. I'm just glad you're watching. I'm glad you're here.
I'll give you a like,
Assassin's Creed and the crazy number of things coming. Buckle up, buckaroo. There's a lot. So like I said, this report is from Tom Henderson over at Insider
I'm so
Gaming.
sleepy.
I'll have it linked below. You should go check it out, read it yourself, just to support him and the website and all of that stuff. Because there is a lot of original reporting in here, and that, amazingly enough, is not that common in the industry nowadays. Having said that, he breaks down a lot of what's to be expected. Some broader context for this, of course, is just that Ubisoft doesn't have that many pots on the stove. I mean, they pretty much have Far Cry, Rainbow, and Assassin's Creed, and those are the 3 IP that actually make money for them. Everything.
No, it's just Tom Clancy in general, right? It's just Tom Clancy in general, right? Because like Tom Clancy Wildlands and that did alright. And I played that game. I thought it was fine. So I think it's Tom Clancy in general. I don't think it's just Rainbow.
Anything else that they've kind of messed around with has lost money or really, really struggled. Even games that they previously thought were locked and loaded successes without even really needing to try, like Star Wars Outlaws, ended up losing a good amount of money. I mean, I can just imagine in the corporate offices, all of the executives being like, well, it's Star Wars. It has to make money. Of course.
And it would have been a success if you actually like made her an outlaw. As far as I know, I think the people that you're hunting, or like the people, there was this, I think it was Asmund. There was a group of dudes in town looking for this chick, and they were like beating up civilians, like killing civilians, but they were supposed to be like the police or whatever. And then this chick's trying to save them, save the civilians. That's not an outlaw. Like, I don't think you know what an outlaw is. If she actually, like, acted like an outlaw and a bounty hunter, the game would have done alright. It doesn't.
Star Wars, but then, of course, we remember how that
went. On top of that, you should have given her a lightsaber.
Pandora, a massive franchise. The movies do billions,
the game was
but the game just
so fun and boring at the same time.
Because Ubisoft only has a few pots on the stove that are worth.
It was fun for like the first, I don't know, maybe like 4 hours, 3 hours, and then after that, you're like, oh, okay, this is just the same thing over and over again. And it just gets boring.
Anything, when Tencent decided to partner up with Ubisoft and invest recently, notably, they only invested in these 3 IP. It's kind of funny, they could have invested in Ubisoft just generally, investing like $1 billion into them or buying a bigger share of the parent company, what have you. But instead, they spun off a separate entity, and that entity licenses these IP from Ubisoft corporate. And then this separate entity gets to enjoy all of the profits and losses and other benefits.
Is that Shadows? What is this game?
Those IP, while simultaneously being shielded from the crap going on within Ubisoft.
I think it's Shadows because I haven't played Shadows yet.
It's kind of a slippery and overly complicated maneuvering financially on the part of Ubisoft, but basically what it means is that if Ubisoft loses money by trying to launch like another NFT game for some reason, which yes, they're doing again here in the next few weeks, then if that loses tons of money, or Beyond Good and Evil 2 launches and loses $400 million, Tencent is not exposed to that risk in this separate little entity. They do own shares of the parent company, but you know what I mean? Like, this separate entity is not affected by those losses. But if Assassin's Creed blows up and does really, really well with a couple of releases, Tencent benefits from that much more directly because they're not having to share that benefit and that profitability with the other entities, other investors elsewhere. So it's a win-win for Tencent. They're very happy with this arrangement, but it does just kind of reaffirm what everybody else has been saying, which is that Ubisoft basically has Far Cry, Rainbow, and Assassin's Creed. And that trio is what's keeping their company with close to 20,000 employees afloat. Just those 3 IP. It's crazy. But then it starts to make sense why Ubisoft has this strategy. As you can see here, they have a strategy for the next 6 years where it's expected that the franchise will have at least 9 more AC games, 2 RPGs, 3...
So what is it? What is that? That's like, what, 2 games a year? Am I right? Wait, 1. No, that's not it. Well, it's close to it. Bro, that's way too many games in 6 years. Bro, I'm too tired to think about math. And sick. It's too many. Bro, even if they were like, we're going to focus on 6 games in the next 6 years. That's too many. Like, just do like 2. Do 2 games and make sure they're really, really good. But instead, they're doing the opposite. They're like, no, we're going to do more games and then one of them will hit. That's the way they're like thinking of it. What's it say? 2 RPGs, 3 remakes, 1 smaller experience, and 2 multiplayer games, and 1 mobile title. What? 2 multiplayer Assassin's Creed games? They tried that. It didn't work. Not unless it's going to be like the old multiplayer where you like hunt each other. That might work. 1 smaller experience? I don't know. I assume that's going to be like Mirage, right? Then 3 remakes. 1 is Black Flag. What are the other 2? I would assume the other 2 are going to be games that people like, right? I'm going to say Assassin's Creed 3 maybe, and Assassin's Creed 2. Maybe Assassin's Creed 1. Like, so it's definitely going to be Assassin's Creed 2 remake. And then the other one will be Assassin's Creed 1 or 3. I can't see them, like, remaking, like, fucking Syndicate or fucking Unity. And then 2 RPGs. So that's, like, Shadows, right? They're gonna make... Oh, bro, that's way too many. It's way too many games.
3
You've split your staff way too many.
1 smaller experience, 2 multiplayer games, and a mobile title. All within 6 years. That's a lot. That's like early 20 teens Ubisoft levels of Assassin's Creed content. but they're breaking it up. Whereas back in the early 2010s when they were pumping out AC3, and then they go to Black Flag, and then they do Rogue and Unity in the same year, and Syndicate the next year, where they used to try to do major releases one after another back then. Now they're trying to break it up so that they have a mainline massive game every few years, and then smaller things in between. As you can see, their current plan is to release a traditional mainline RPG, something like a Valhalla, Shadows, Origins Odyssey, that type of thing, every 2 to 3 years, with smaller experiences and remakes in between. And I'm just going to be real, this is the right way to do it. Like, I know maybe you're braced for me to like make fun of this or tease it or whatever. I think,
bro, what is like FromSoft do? Don't they just focus on like one big title and then bring out like DLC or something here and there? Or like one little game in between? Whatever like FromSoft has been doing, like copy that. I don't understand how they can't like, they don't look at these companies that are making buckets of money and be like, well, what did they do that we didn't do? Why are they getting all the money, right? And then just fucking copy their formula. Don't copy their games or anything, but like copy like how they're doing it. Do that. I think this is too many. There's too many things that they're focusing on. They're splitting their teams up too much.
This is the best way to do this if you're going to do it. Give the big teams enough time to actually make a quality big game. Don't rush it, because when you rush it, it ends up a movie.
Yeah, but the other thing too
and
is...
then you can sprinkle in smaller...
They need to fix their big teams as well. Because wasn't it... Was it just after Shadows came out? Wasn't it like... a thing about... What was it? I'm trying to remember. It was like an email or something from someone who worked at Ubisoft, or still does, I don't remember. And it was talking about how they put so many new people on Shadows that had never even pretty much worked on a game before. This was like their first project. So like their big team that they've got is like full of new people that don't know what they're doing. They need to like fix. They need to fix the fucking their big teams as well, because like their big teams have issues.
Stuff that still gives more niche groups within the fan base or even new players something to nom on and chew on while we're waiting for the next big thing. I think that that's a solid way to do it. And most likely what this looks like is that they have the big game like a Shadows, and then they have like a Black...
So like, so I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, right? I never cared about the little things. Like whenever they brought out like what's that chick's name? Adeline or whatever. I played the one that was on the PS4. They brought to the PS4. That was it. I don't play any of those. I don't play any of the Russian Assassin's Creed game or anything like that. I don't play any of them. I think it was Russian. I think it's like a mobile game or something. I don't know. I don't play any of them. I just play the main game. So all this like extra little stupid games that they're going to make, I'm probably not going to play them. And the only remake I'll play is Black Flag.
Black Flag remake that we'll talk about in a minute that comes along like 6 months to 9 months later.
Any other any other remake, I'm probably not going to play.
Things. But this also allows them to justify doing smaller, more experimental releases like multiplayer games or spin-off games that are a little bit more niche or weird, just to try and see if they work. But then there's not as much writing on those being successful because they have a big one coming up right after that. You know, I think this is a good way to do it. At least if you're going to put out 9 games in 6 years, this is probably the best way. One thing to note is that Tom Henderson does
you can also like you can also bet that the fucking multiplayer game in that are probably gonna not be very good because they're just gonna put the minimum amount of people on it, right? So it's either gonna be really good or really shit. So like the team, whatever team is gonna be on it, is going to put their heart and soul into making it look incredible. You know, like some of these like random indie games that look really good, or they're just not going to care and just fucking throw whatever together because they have to. But I think the multiplayer, the Assassin's Creed multiplayer games only work if they bring back the I don't remember what games they were on. I think they were on Black Flag. They were on Assassin's Creed 3, I think, as well. And 2 and all that. The like multiplayer they had with that, where it was like it's kind of like Call of Duty-ish, right? You go into a map and you got to go around the map and you get a target and you have to find and kill that target. And if you kill someone else, then you get like penalties and stuff. Like if you kill the wrong person. Like bring that back. And I reckon the multiplayer games will actually do good.
Refrained from putting exact dates as the Shadows delays have altered the release dates, but generally speaking, these are the order of releases. In other words, like when Shadows was originally expected to launch last fall, the plans were pretty tight and lined up that this game was going to launch this fall in 2025, and then that this game was going to launch in the spring of 26. Once Shadows got delayed, everything got booped back, and then it also kind of shifted the company culture a good bit when Star Wars Outlaws did so poorly, where now, and I've heard this directly from people working at Ubisoft, the approach is now to focus more on polish and refinement, to not try to put it out and fix it later. They're trying to put out a complete game that's good to go.
Well, that's good
at launch.
I
Imagine
guess.
That. They've had a revelation. It was revealed from the gaming gods. Who could have guessed this? It's so novel.
But maybe also make a good game.
Better late than never, I guess. It's funny that Ubisoft tends to have these lessons learned again and again every like 10 years or so, because like I said previously, there was a time where Ubisoft was pumping these games out really, really quickly. Perhaps the most memorable time when this occurred was back.
What death? Huh? I didn't do it. It was probably Simon.
In 2014 with Assassin's Creed Unity and Rogue. They were right at the outset of a brand new generation of consoles, so they wanted to push the limits of what was possible with AC Unity, and they did. That game still looks graphically phenomenal even to this day. However, it was broken. Like, not even a little. It was really bad. I'm sure we've all seen the compilation videos of all the bugs and glitches and weird ththings that happened with AC Unity at launch, but it was because they rushed the game. They simply weren't ready to put this game out.
Yeah, I had that. I had that bug one time, just hanging on to nothing. I also had I think it was in, what's it called, Bastille, like prison place. I was in there, and I think I was walking. There was two of them. I was walking and I touched like something on fire. I don't remember what it was, but I touched that. And I caught fire, and then I fell through the ground. And I was like, what? It confused the shit out of me. So I tried to test it, right? I killed someone, I threw them on the fire, and then their body fell through the ground. And I was like, what? And then I got someone to run through the fire. They lit on fire, and then they fell through the ground. I was like, okay, I figured it out. If you caught on fire in the Bastille when I was playing it, you would fall through the ground. For some reason, like, I don't know, when fire touched the ground or something, it didn't count. So it would just fall through the ground. And then the other one that happened was I tried to climb up a thing, and when he jumped up, the game glitched out and it just ricocheted me into the sky. Yeah, this game had so many bugs. 69 aura. Are you miscounting? I didn't miscount. You miscounted. Prove it. You can't even prove it. Can't be proven in a court of law. Rubbish.
had to, because that's what corporate said they had to do. They pushed it out thinking it wouldn't matter because it was a next-gen game,
look at that.
and people would love it anyways. But after that, it was pretty clear that Ubisoft had a change of heart, and they decided to take their time. They then took a year off, which was booked in and scheduled because in 2016 they had a movie coming out, and after that movie came out, didn't do too hot. They came out with Assassin's Creed Origins.
That movie was something else.
2017, which was a total reinvention of the franchise. I mean, it was a huge shift in approach and style of the game and dev cycle. Like, everything changed with Origins, and that pretty much set up the next decade of Assassin's Creed from 2017 when that game launched all the way through today. However, it seems that Star Wars Outlaws was the AC unity that they needed for this decade to kind of wake up and realize we can't just rush stuff out. We have to focus on polish and quality. And hey, if that gets us another decade of Ubisoft not rushing stuff, okay, cool.
And you saw
we'll keep an eye on it.
One of the screenshots.
You know, it is funny.
I didn't see it. My eyeballs were closed.
But hopefully they've actually learned the lesson now. And for this next onslaught of games, they actually make moves and do things with devs having enough time to do what they need to do. But having said that, the timelines have shifted, and Shadows has caused some games to get extra time. Some have just been moved back because the release schedule.
You know, the funniest part is, though.
But in general, the timelines will be rough. But this is approximately.
You know, the funniest part about all this is, Benny? Are you ready? I don't know if you can see it. It might be too small. Go to my channel, right? I'm immune. You're immune to gas. We go playlists, right? And then we scroll down, and we find this playlist. And notice it says 72. Right? I think it's like in the 30s or something, somewhere. No, 40s? 40s. 43 has a part 1 and 2 because I streamed for 2 hours 20 minutes and then it broke. Like, the stream just died, and so I started up stream again. So there's 2. Right, so this playlist has 72 videos, which is streams technically. Today's 71. It's hilarious.
The order that they should be releasing. The first thing to note, as you see here, Assassin's Creed's Netflix game, codenamed Mask, has likely been canceled. This actually follows in line with some reporting that's been done. Basically, there was a Ubisoft Netflix game crossover thing that was allegedly happening. It was announced back in 2022. And then nobody heard anything at all about it for ages until actually just earlier in April, Netflix's gaming boss, Elaine.
Sometimes I forget.
Alan Toscan,
change the number.
He was asked, where's that Assassin's Creed game? And he was like, I'll have to get back to you. I'm not totally sure. Which, if it's happening, you probably don't say. So it's likely that it's been canceled or abandoned or something like that. It's not likely that that's happening. Not that anybody was looking forward to a Netflix game of Assassin's Creed. Who knows? Who knows? It's never made sense to begin with. That being said, the next game that's
Netflix was like, bro, this Ubisoft company is like getting a lot of heat. Maybe we back off.
expected to come out is codenamed Jade. Jade is the AC game set in China. That is that mobile game from a Tencent partnered developer. This was previously revealed, and you can actually like see the website where they have like a trailer set up and where they have like a cinematic and all this stuff. So they did a lot of work on it, and actually like this is work in progress game footage. Like this is what it looks like on your phone. And they actually did a play test, I believe it was earlier last year.
Why does it look so good?
They actually invited people to try it. I was not one of those people. I've not tried it myself, but I did speak to people and I did see gameplay that they had on their mobile devices. And this game is like outrageous. I don't know how they're possibly able to do this. It does look like this, but on mobile. It's ridiculous. It basically looks like AC Odyssey with a fewer like bells and whistles, like the ambient occlusion isn't as good and
so
stuff
they put
like that.
Chinese stuff into
this is
AC
what it
Shadows.
looks like. It actually does look like that. I can
Japanese stuff in
but
that
this
one?
is a
No, they
massive,
wouldn't have.
big
Do you
budget
wanna know
mobile
why?
game.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why this game right here is 100% going to have no mistakes. Would you like to know why? This is a mobile game. That's your hint. That's the only hint you get. Can you figure it out? Whale? No. No. A Chinese whale? No. It's not that. Who is partnered with Ubisoft and tasked with making the mobile game? It's Tencent. What is Tencent? Isn't Tencent a giant Chinese company that makes mobile games? You don't know the... Yeah, I know what the meaning of whale is. It's people who spend a shit ton of money on mobile games. But that's not why they're going to make sure everything's correct. The reason is because the company that is making the game is Chinese. So, like, if they fuck something up like that, they're going to be in so much shit. You know what I mean? Could like we know what China's like, right? So could you imagine if a Chinese company fucked up a game about China? Especially the one that's like the biggest. 10 cent. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, they are Chinese. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they're the biggest. So there's no way they're gonna fuck up anything to do with China. If anything, Tencent being involved in Ubisoft is probably the reason why there was fucking Chinese stuff in the Japanese game. Because, like, wasn't it the flag of, like, the Chinese emperor or something? Was one of the fucking decals you got for
basically that
pre-ordering the game?
Be an Assassin's Creed game, but on the go, and probably featuring some like gotcha mechanics and things like that, because that's just how mobile games are nowadays.
Well, it wasn't exactly his flag, but it looked incredibly similar.
It's not going to appeal to everybody, or even
that axe was cool.
The majority of current AC fans, but mobile games print money, dude. They just do.
Yeah.
They make billions. It's ridiculous, and so I'm sure this is going to be successful.
Yeah, but like the fact that there's like whales are going to spend a shit ton of money on it isn't the reason why they're going to make sure everything is perfect. That's not the reason. They could literally make absolute garbage, and people will still spend money on it. I mean, look at Genshin, bro. Genshin has Paimon, and people still spend money on it. Now the reason is because bro, could you imagine if you if you did fuck up like that and you were a Chinese game company? Would the government, like, because the government touches fucking everything, right? Over there, would they like go around and fucking yell at them for it? Probably.
For them, and they're going to make lots of money on it. Like, let's be real. But this is perhaps one of the things to remember as we go through this, is that Ubisoft is going to trying to appeal
the Hexe game
niches,
does
and
look
that is being
interesting.
done with an understanding that not every game is going to appeal to everybody. Okay, like Jade being a mobile game will not appeal to probably me. I don't really play mobile games. I don't play games on my phone. That's not my thing. But there are millions of people for whom that is like a dream come true, to play Assassin's Creed
games on my mobile,
games, sitting at work. Or
I play games on my mobile, right? But not these games. I'll play a game where it's like it auto does stuff, and every now and then I have to like click things. I'll play that because it's a mobile game, right? If I'm gonna play like a proper game like this, I'm gonna like get my Switch. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play it on a mobile because like that's just strange. Because yeah, I don't know. I've never understood people who like want to play really good games like game that looks like this on their mobile. If they bring this game onto like PlayStation and that, which I'm assuming they probably will, I'll play it on PlayStation for sure because this game looks great. To be honest, I hope Hexe gets canned. Why?
Or on the go on the train
I'm
or on the
interested.
bus. That's like perfect for them. In which case, this is
like, look
the
at
game
that
for them. This is exactly
That's
what they
crazy.
need. But then another game may come along like a Black Flag remake that is exactly what I want, but that doesn't appeal to those players. And this is the
What? Quick question on Apple batteries? Like Apple phones? Why 1637 HA? I have no idea. I don't. This is the Apple phones or computers? Like, I don't have anything Apple. I got a iPhone when I was like, I don't know, 18 and absolutely hated it and never got another one.
idea is that they're trying to give individual audiences exactly what they want instead of trying to make the one super game that does it all but really poorly. And I think again this is the way to do it. Instead of trying to make AC Valhalla be the
I have to do a
super
short
game
stream
that
today,
does
by the way.
everything poorly, have smaller games that do what
I
they're
got
trying
things
to
I
do
gotta do.
well. I think that's the right way to do this. After Jade, they expect Invictus. Invictus is the working title for an Assassin's Creed Fall Guys inspired game where players will compete in matches of 16 players. If Invictus aligns with internal expectations, there's around a 5-year plan of support.
What did I just hear? Symbol, they will fuck up in every damn corner. I see it coming, probably. But let them fuck up, right? Because we still might get a funny game out of it. This sounds horrible. An Assassin's Creed Fall Guys inspired game. This sounds horrible. Who wants this? No one wants this. No one asked for this. Was like I don't know any of the Assassin's Creed community who's being like, yeah, look, we need Assassin's Creed but Fall Guys. Zarya time of German history is just what? Chaotic? Good. Obsidian is Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. Rebuilt in a new anvil and engine, Obsidian is expected to launch around the same time as Invictus. Well, Invictus isn't going to do anything then. Everyone's going to play the Black Flag remake. No one's going to play this shit. No one asked for this shit. I don't understand. Which way too fucking cruel, interesting, and jaw dropping to waste it on that studio. Well, here's the thing, right? Ubisoft can do it, right? Bring out Hexe, and then that might inspire other people to be like, "Oh, I can do that better," right? And then we'll get an even better game. You know what I mean? Because like it's not restricted to just Ubisoft.
Support. Wow, and updates already penciled in. 5 is Am I just naive? 5 years seems like a long time to support a live service game that you don't even know is going to be successful. I mean, either way, props to them if they are that.
Well, it says if it's successful,
5
right?
Years of support. That's.
Touch me. Doesn't it? Am I crazy? Spy game where players will compete in matches of 16 players. If Invictus aligns with internal expectations, so there it is there, right? That's pretty much saying, like, if Invictus does well, then there's a plan of 5-year support. But if Invictus comes out and no one fucking plays it, they're not going to give 5-year support. They're not, like, fucking, like, putting a stamp of approval saying, yeah, we're going to give it 5 years of support. They're saying if it does well. I hope Ubi goes under before they release it. Did someone good buy it? High piece. Bro, if Ubisoft is going under, Tencent will buy it. And then we will end up with the Jade game. And that's it. We'll just end up with Jade. We might end up with a new Assassin's Creed game, but it'll probably be also in China. Or China inspired, you know what I mean? We'll just get Tencent games. Because they've made it clear. Tencent has done like a separate deal where they're only putting money towards Rainbow Six Siege, Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed games, right? So if Ubisoft is going under, Tencent will buy it, and Tencent will only focus on those 3. And they'll just be mobile games. What if, and big what if, what if FromSoft buys it? Bro, FromSoft buys Assassin's Creed, that'd be amazing. Yeah, but I can't see it happening. Because I don't even think they would attempt to buy it because Tencent is already like got its foot in that door, and if I'm not 100% certain, but I think Tencent has more money, right? I'm not 100% certain, but I think Tencent might have more money. And cut off the foot. Well, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter. They're just going to sell it to whoever has more money. If they're going under and they're trying to sell the company off, they're not going to care who has it. All they're going to care about is money. And who has the most of it. Which is sad. But if Ubisoft goes under, Assassin's Creed will be gone. Like I was saying earlier on in the stream, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't know if this is true or not, or if it's a rumor, but I'm pretty certain there was an email that said that most of the people that worked on Shadows were new people. Were just like this was their first thing that they worked on. Was Shadows. So like the team that worked on Shadows is like it's doo-doo. It's just a bunch of new dudes, like new people. It's like if that's the way they're doing things, then the next things that come out are probably not going to be good. But like I said, I think the fall or rise of Ubisoft starts with Black Flag Remake. Does FromSoft PlayStation have more money than Tencent? I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know because like Tencent does nothing but mobile games and gacha games. By the way, mobile gacha games. Like you've seen how much revenue gacha games bring in, right? And they have like a whole bunch of them. That's what I'm saying. Like I think Tencent might have more money. Especially with this Assassin's Creed Jade. After that comes out, bro, they're definitely gonna have more money. Because like that game looked actually really good. But yeah, I think it all starts with Black Flag. If Black Flag remake comes out and it's doo doo, and they've like ruined it, then that's it. They'll lose so many of their like core fans, me included. Because like they know 100% that Black Flag is their most popular game.
Wild.
So if you fuck that up,
see, again, like this might not appeal to narrative RPG players of the series, but if it's a fun like multiplayer game that just is branded with Assassin's Creed stuff, I could see that appealing to certain people, especially if it's like also on mobile or something.
I don't understand who it's for.
That's the thing
I've
learned is that even though it may not be for me, there's still millions of people spending crazy amounts of money on certain random things. Like, I don't get the appeal of buying a Nicki Minaj skin in Call of Duty, but they put it in the game because it made tens of millions of dollars. Okay, like just because I don't get it doesn't mean that there's not an audience for it, and I'm trying to be more understanding of that, because otherwise I'm just living in a state of constant confusion. But
that's a good point. That is a great point. My nephew recently, he my stream alright? What? I don't know if my stream's good. I don't know if it broke or not. I think it's fine. Oh, it's a bit framey, but I can't fix that. It's been like that for like a couple days now. Oh, okay. Oh, don't ask me. I don't know. I, I I've got nothing on my end. It doesn't say it's any problems on my end. But that does make sense what he just said, because my nephew the other day, they added something into Fortnite where you link your Disney account, and after you've linked your Disney account, you get a Stormtrooper outfit. And he was asking me if I had Disney Plus, and I was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And he's telling me, and I'm like, what? And I said to him, do you like Star Wars? And he goes, no. So if you watch Star Wars, and he's like, one of them. I'm like, then why do you want this Star Trooper outfit? He goes, oh, it looks cool. That was it. It's the only reason why he wanted it. Just, it looks cool. And his friends had it. And he was even considering getting Disney Plus himself, which is $20 a month, just so he could get it. It was so stupid, and I was like, I don't understand. I don't get this. The web says Tencent equals 4.49 billion, and Sony PlayStation owns 1. What is that? Is that one? Oh, 149.5 billion. Oh, okay. So Sony does have more. But I can't see Sony buying it.
Continuing on, Obsidian. This is their Black Flag remake, rebuilt in the new Anvil engine, and it's expected to launch around the same time as Invictus.
Is the Anvil
and this
engine
is what's
good?
particularly interesting to me. I mentioned at the top that I was speaking to some Ubisoft marketing people like a year and a half-ish ago. And I said, if you're going to do like multiplayer, because there were leaks and rumblings about multiplayer Assassin's Creed games. I was like, if you're going to do
not
that,
all IPs, but
you need to
think
pair
about the
those
most
announcements
lucrative
with
ones.
something that's going to service and serve like.
Well, if that's the case, I think they would buy. They probably would buy fucking Tom Clancy over Assassin's Creed. Isn't Sony's the one that like keeps trying to make live service games, right? Or like keeps talking about it. So they would probably buy Tom Clancy so they could get their mitts on Rainbow. Right? Maybe Just Dance. No one cares about Just Dance. I mean, it's still going.
The core fan base, because if a hardcore Assassin's Creed
Tom Clancy, yeah,
sees that you're just going to do a spin-off game or spin-off multiplayer game that just does not at all appeal to me, I'm going to feel bummed. Even if I like intellectually understand that this isn't for me and that there's going to be another game that's for me later on.
I'd probably not buy
serve
Raymond.
Both different meals at the same time, so that there's a little something for everybody.
I don't know.
Even though like
we'll have
they're
to see
not
what
individually
happens.
massive plates, just so that there's something for everybody to enjoy. I think that can remove a lot of the drama at the outset. If you're gonna do an Invictus style game, which by itself probably gets poked fun at a good bit, let's be real, if this description is anything to go by.
Yeah,
I think you need to pair it with something like a Black Flag remake announcement and release.
That Invictus game,
even if like old school players of Assassin's Creed are like, what the hell is this multiplayer game? I'm not into this at all. There's still something for us to enjoy. There's still something for us to sink our teeth into at the same time, or roughly the same time. So I think that this is really, really solid.
Black Flag.
And this is something I told them, I'm sure many other people told them, that if you're gonna
I miss the old fighting
multiplayer stuff, or stuff that really does not appeal to the core fan base,
that was in the older games,
core fan base a little something, just a little. It doesn't have to be a big standalone game like Shadows releasing at the same time as your multiplayer game, but even if it's just a little something to give a little fan service, that goes a long way. And it seems like they're doing that here, which I think again is good. After that, we expect to see codename Hexe, originally codenamed Neo. Assassin's Creed Hexe still a working
Scarlet. Scarlet is the next big.
Shadows support ends.
Scarlet is the next big RPG after Shadows, and will release after Hexe support ends 1 year. I haven't been able to pinpoint further details on what this game is, but it has been greenlit. It has entered production. My speculation is that it's Assassin's Creed Nebula, which is a game that will take place in 3 different settings: Indian, Mediterranean, and Aztec. I was about to say, the first thing came to mind when I read Scarlet was I was trying to think of like what setting wise, why would you name it Scarlet? And I thought about desert. That was the first thing came to my brain. They're in the fucking red, and they're still producing. How? Because the people that own the company still have fuck tons of money. That's why.
Scheduled currently to have around 2 years of DLC support, and Hexe will have 1 year. This is the game set during the German witch trials. It's the really dark and spooky game that they say is going to have a lot more horror elements. It's not going to be comforting. It's not going to be all
like 1 or 2 games. I understand.
Goofy, kind of like
they got
Odyssey
9.
This one
they got
is going
9
to be
games
very,
prepared.
very different. Previous reporting, actually also done by Insider Gaming, says that it's being developed by Ubisoft Montreal. That's the team that did
That's what he's talking about
Flag,
now.
Origins, and then Valhalla. They're working on it, and it focuses heavily on witchcraft. It's supposedly set in Central Europe sometime during the 16th century Holy Roman Empire period. Hexe follows a more linear approach, not trying to be like a big open world game.
Them saying they're probably going to sink.
Like old school Assassin's Creed.
That's what I'm saying. The only way that they don't sink is if the Black Flag remake comes out and they actually improve upon Black Flag. If the Black Flag remake comes out and they don't improve upon it and make it worse, then they're cooked.
Compared to the likes of,
because like if they bring out Black Flag and it's like they've added in cool extra pirate stuff, right, and extra cutscenes, because apparently there's supposed to be extra cutscenes with Blackbeard, which I wouldn't mind, as long as they get the guy who did the voice for Blackbeard in the original, get him back, bro. Blackbeard was like one of the best characters in that game. So if they get him back and they do more scenes and they're really good, then fine, right? But if they get him back and for something fucking stupid, like him making out with fucking Edward or something, then I'm fucking out. You've ruined it, right? Even with Black Flag remake, I doubt they will survive. Oh no, they will, 100%. You don't understand how many people like Black Flag. That's what I'm saying. If the Black Flag remake comes out and it is good, right? Word will spread. The amount of money they need to generate. Oh, they will generate heaps from Black Flag remake. Because the other thing you're forgetting too is the new way of Assassin's Creed doing things, right? Like with Shadows, they still have the stupid the fuck is it called? The purchase things, right? Like in Shadows, they made it even worse, where you can just purchase like all of the viewpoints or something, and unlock the map, which is fucking retarded. That's so stupid. Because what's the point of playing the game at that point? But they have all that stuff, right? One of the things that people really wanted in Black Flag was more ways to customize the ship. Because it was like, I don't know, 15 different designs for the ship, and that was it. And then you could just mix and match things to make the ship look different. Now imagine if they implement that thing that they have in the newer ones, where you can buy like skins for your horse and stuff like that, but they did it to the ship, right? And then you now add on the fact that the game is really, really good, and they improved upon Black Flag. That game will sell. That game will make so much money. Because if it's really good, it's going to bring back all of these people that over the years have fallen off, right? Because they're going to hear like, oh, Black Flag was incredible, the remake, and they're going to come back. That's what I'm saying. If this Black Flag remake is good, then they'll be safe for a while. They'll just crash if in the future, right? Far Cry over 20 million sold, AC 15 million. Yeah, but Valhalla, this is what people bring up, right? Valhalla sold more than Black Flag. Yeah, you know why? It came out in the pandemic, and people needed things to play. How many people do you think like returned Valhalla? Because my friend who also plays Assassin's Creed never got off of their first like snowy area. I don't remember what it's called. But the first area where you start the game, he never got off it. He took the game back in and got his money back. Just because it sold that many copies doesn't make it a good game. The reason Black Flag sold that many copies is because it was a good game. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Black Flag is good, bro, I reckon it could probably sell double. But that's only if the remake is good. I reckon, yeah, if it's good, 100% Black Flag will be the highest grossing game ever. Like, easy. Yeah, Valhalla's sales are like so stupid. I got so many notifications for fucking Twitch. People are streaming. I doubt the Black Flag was good. Oh, the remake or the original? But I doubt it will sell as good as it did before. See, that's what I'm saying. It all depends on if the game is good, right? It's word of mouth, right? If people start hearing the game is bad, people won't buy it. there'll be people who won't buy the game originally just because of what Ubisoft's been doing. Like what's been going on. But the minute that people hear the game is good, then yeah. Even if the game is good, bro, like, I wonder if there's like a statistic you can find. What is they put off money? Okay, well, IGN's probably not going to be a very good place to find this. But we'll see. They put Syndicate at 9. I don't trust them. Valhalla's at 8. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't trust them anymore. Origins is at 6. Are you shitting me? They put Unity above Origin. Shadows is 4. Odyssey is 3. Assassin's Creed 2 is 2, and Black Flag is 1. Bro, the only ones that were correct were the top 2. What are you talking about? I haven't played Shadows, but bro, Shiylocke? Do I need to play it to realize it's probably not a good game? Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, IGN was a bad place to go for that. All this other stuff is literally just saying, like, Black Flag. Black Flag and 2. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that, though. Because, like, YouTube on my end says it's fine. It's just telling me that my sound is bad. It's so framey. I don't know why. Quite a huge chunk of former Ubisoft game players will never buy a new game from them. Trust fully broken. That's what I'm saying. They won't buy the game, but the minute they hear that Black Flag is good, they will come back. That's what I'm saying. If Black Flag is good, then it's fine. Plus video is showing? Really? Still says I'm live. Still says I'm live. I'm not joking. Like everything on my end looks fine. Like random break-offs. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What if I reload this? Did that fix it? I don't know if that fixed it. I think it's the Switch. Because I've noticed I don't have any issues with the PlayStation. When I stream off the PlayStation, but every now and then when I stream off the Switch has issues. And I don't know why. I'll try and get through this video.
Valhalla or Odyssey. Players
and then I might have to end stream because my stuff is breaking.
Supernatural powers of some type, Sounds like a witch to me, if you ask me. Certain abilities will allow you to take control of certain animals to escape capture.
Because I was only going to stream for like an hour and a half anyway.
Will play a central role in the game setting.
Because I got to go do some stuff.
The logo for the game features an occult alphabet of the Magi. I don't know.
Magi?
Translated to "We work in the dark to serve the light." Makes sense. And
oh, it's not bad. Yeah, I'm starting to believe that if Black Flag does well, then yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If it does well, because I don't think it will do well. I'm falling more under the category of they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna put a chick in it and make it gay, as they say.
Clint Hawking serves as the creative director of the game, and there's also been previous reporting on like gameplay of that, which has not been made public. It's basically just been kept to the journalists reporting on it that have seen it. I've not seen it, but what the people who have seen the gameplay have said is that it looks significantly different from what we've seen in recent iterations of Assassin's Creed, and it basically is much darker, much more gritty, much more serious. It takes
that
a lot
the main
of
chick will be gay.
Jack the Ripper DLC for ACC.
Which one? Which one? Do you mean Anne Bonny or do you mean Kid? See, I wouldn't be against adding a chick. Like adding a new chick and making her gay. The playable character. Oh, AC Hexy. Oh. Oh, Black Flag. Bro, you had me scared for a minute there. I was like, oh no, they've already confirmed it. This isn't good. Hexy? I don't care about Hexy. Make her gay. She's a witch anyway, so we have to burn her. Doesn't matter if she's gay. She's still gonna get burned, right?
Syndicate, which is interesting, with its own like fear-based system. It sounds interesting and novel, and I'm actually fairly intrigued by it. So we'll see what Hex.
So like, I'm not even like,
but it's gonna be very, very different, and it's probably
Hexa comes out after Black Flag. Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm not even like, I don't even care about Hexy really, right? I'm like, I'm like, oh yeah, I might play it because it sounds interesting, but the only game I am actually invested in with Assassin's Creed at the moment is Black Flag. Is the Black Flag remake. That's it. None of the other ones. Jade looked cool. I might play it if it's on PlayStation 5. But if it's only on mobile, I will not be playing it. Right? And Hexy is another one. I will play it if Black Flag is good. Because Black Flag comes out before it. If Black Flag comes out and it's not good, I will not be playing Hexy. I will not be going nowhere near Hexy. Right? It all falls on if Black Flag is good.
Probably like late next year, if not early 2027. Again, all the
I would say
2027 kind of because the original plan was to put this out 2 years after AC Shadows initially launched, but that would have put it originally targeting like fall of 2026.
The Black Flag remake doesn't come out till next year, right? Like
fall.
Early next year.
Does that change now? Do they push it to the spring or something? I personally don't think so. So I would expect that this probably comes out fall of 26. That'd be my guess. After.
Hold on, let's have a look. Assassin's Creed Black. Bro, I can't. I'm still shell shocked over them putting fucking Shadows at number 4. That's insane. End of 2025 or early 2026. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it's going to be early 2026 when Black Flag comes out.
There is the rumored Project Scarlet, which is the next big RPG after Shadows and will release after Hexay support ends after a year. So again, this probably lines it up for like late. Did I fix
the issue?
Maybe it spills into like 2028 because that's right around the shift of console generations. So it could be that this ends up being like a launch title for the PlayStation 6 and whatever the next Xbox is called. It could mean that they end up
You know what I heard recently? That the PlayStation 5 here in Australia has gone up in price. But it's like at the end of its console generation. Like we're at the point where they're going to start bringing out PlayStation 6s. And the price went up. That is mental. Some leaks regarding Flag say changes to the combat system. Oh, there's nothing wrong with the combat system. I want to go back to the old combat system. I like the old combat system. It's fun. The new one isn't fun. Well, I haven't played Shadows, but like from Valhalla and that, it's not fun. I don't have fun with combat in that game. That's why in Shadows, I'm probably just going to be, like when I play it, I'm just going to be stealthing. I'm just going to be stealthing people, trying to kill them in one shot with stealth because I don't like the new combat. It sucks. Changes to story / new content. Yeah, the changes to the story and the new content, from what I've heard, has to do with Blackbeard. And the only reason is because Blackbeard was like everyone's favorite character. I liked Kid, but you know, Blackbeard was also really good. Explain with corrupted anima files. I don't know about that. But as far as I've heard, I think they're making changes to the story so they can add Blackbeard into more stuff. Because like when you boil it down, I think you have like one mission with Blackbeard, like actual mission, and then there's maybe like 2 times when he's actually like in the story stuff, like heavily in the story stuff. The rest of it is just like you see him in passing. Some say there will be role changes and attitude changes. Oh. Like rumors about Blackbeard as a romance. Bro, they don't need to add romance options into Black Flag. Like they don't need to do that. I wouldn't be against them adding in like sleeping with prostitutes and paying like hookers, right? That I wouldn't be against, right? Like GTA style. But romance, they don't need romance. They're pirates. Pirates don't have romance. You know what I mean? There's no romance in Pirates.
Releasing it right before the launch of those consoles, and it's a cross-generational game, kind of like Valhalla. It's not super clear at this point, but either way, I think that they have an opportunity here to kind of straddle that line.
We'll see when it comes out. That's why I'm saying, like, if it's good. He says, because I don't think it's going to be.
On what this game is, but it has been greenlit and entered production. My speculation is that it's Assassin's Creed Nebula, which has previously been reported on, which is a game.
I think the only thing they'll do better is
India, the Mediterranean,
and the graphics and stuff, maybe.
Empire. And this is something that's been rumored for a while, but we have no idea what this means. Like, we really don't. It could mean that there's one protagonist that goes to all 3 different locations, kind of like Valhalla, where Eivor actually goes and travels to different places throughout the course of the game.
I think it's going to be like GTA 5. I think you're going to have 3 separate characters, and they're going to maybe like send letters to each other or something. And be trying to accomplish the same mission, but it's going to be on like 3 different places. You know what I mean? I think they're going to try that. I think that's what's going to happen.
It could mean that there's 3 different protagonists through 3 different areas, potentially at 3 different periods in time. It could mean that they start in different spots.
After yesterday's stream, like Andrew's stream, I crashed. I was gone. I was so tired. Like I like died.
Spots, and they all kind of converge I
slept so long yesterday.
We just don't know. One thing I think could be interesting is if they did something like an Octopath Traveler style game where they have 3 different protagonists, one in India, one in the Mediterranean, one in the Aztec Empire, and then you get to choose at the start of the game which one you start with, and eventually all of the player characters kind of cross paths.
That'd be cool.
And then kind of like GTA 5, you're able to swap between them as you need or as you see fit. That could be interesting, and then it encourages you to go back and play.
I would rather have choice. Yeah, I would rather have choice, right? Like the reason why games like trying to think of one that comes to my head, Fire Emblem, 3 Houses. The reason that game is so good is because at the start of the game, you choose a house, right? And the option you choose, like the house-wise, changes the way the game is. Which then makes you go, well, what happens if I choose the other house? Then you end up playing that game at least 3 times, right? To get every ending. So if that's what that game is going to be like, where you choose who you want to play as, and then go from there, and you play through the game as that person, and it makes you want to play the game 2 more times, that's good. I like that. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. The roommates option that are rumored are Blackbeard, Beni, Adewale. Who? Blaze Legoris? Who the fuck is that? And Eveline Guerrera. I don't... Who? Who are those 2? Are they new?
With the different characters. Again, Octopath Traveler did it in that game, and that was really, really interesting. So there's opportunities for all sorts of craziness.
See, just because like you want to be inclusive doesn't mean that you need to make Edward gay when he's clearly straight. You know what I mean? He's married to a woman. He has a child with a woman. What does he do when he stops being an assassin? He goes and marries another woman and has another child. He's clearly straight. Just because there's gay people in the world doesn't mean you have to make every character fucking gay or have an option to be gay. Stop ruining my characters. Edward was my favorite out of all the assassins. I like him, and then I like Ezio. Watch the rest of this video. Let's go over this one. Finish something? What is it? Put a chick in it, make it gay. Way to do it again. I don't know why it's doing that. What are these recommendations, my dude? Explain the problem regarding YouTube. Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not YouTube though. Is it? Maybe it's Streamlabs. Streamlabs is having frame issues, but that's it. Maybe that's why I was really framey.
But the point is, we just don't know. This is fairly far out. Again, it's targeting.
Wait, I'll go over here. Let's have a look. Let's reload this again. See if that fixes it. Probably won't though.
Release probably after about a year of support for Hexe, which puts it right at that threshold for next gen consoles. So maybe they have some very ambitious idea for what they're doing here that isn't possible until the PlayStation 6 hardware is available, because again, right around 2027, 2028 is when that should be happening. So time will tell, but as of right now, we really just don't know.
Streamlabs.
The next one that is still very, very early is Project Stardust, and this is their second remake that's in development, and it's going to enter production following Obsidian's release, which is the Black Flag remake.
All our recommendations are easy to explain. Jaden, Death Battle, Music, LOL, Skyrim Politics, and Terminal Montage. I don't know what that is. I can't really talk. We'll see what my recommendations are at the end of this.
Remake. Not clear what game it's even
Mine
a remake
of.
Really
it
could be a remake of AC2. I've heard rumblings it could be the original AC game. We don't know, but speculation will certainly run rampant. And once it starts to leak, I'm sure we'll hear all about it. Emerald will launch shortly after Stardust, though, within a couple of months. And this will be another multiplayer title.
Yeah, so the remakes, I think, is Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. The video above with toes, I don't know. Okay.
With at
you
least
say so.
5-year plan of support if the game releases and meets internal expectations. Again, this is like exactly what I, and I'm sure many other people have told them. If you're going to do a live service game, if you're going to do multiplayer stuff that has the potential to like piss off core fans, give the core fans something to sink their teeth into, and then do the multiplayer game on the side. So that's viewed as like the side platter. And then people who are interested in the multiplayer game can play that. People who like the old school stuff have something to engage with. They're also planning to do that with Emerald, which again, good idea. Please do this. Because I swear to God, if you announce like a multiplayer game and nothing else for the core fan base, I can see the video what Jimmy is doing already. Okay, it's gonna be a mess. But if you give the core fan base something like a Black Flag remake, like an AC2 remake or something, so that they have something
I haven't watched
to talk about,
fucking
they won't
Jimmy
have the energy to complain about
Jimmy
the
here, right?
game because they'll be eating good with their
Wednesday,
own
my
thing,
dude.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm glad to see this. This is good. 2 thumbs up. He says this could be the PvE game previously under the codename Raid or the other multiplayer game under Echoes, but it appears at the very least one of those games have been canceled. So one of the experimental like live service multiplayer games has likely been canceled. In addition,
trying to make live service games. No one wants them.
It's not clear at this point which one that is or why it was canceled.
Leave the live service games to the people who have made live service games and make good ones.
Very, very early. It
Let them do it.
Like was
you focus on what you're good at. Just fucking
a lot of these early like incubation
not live service
only have like 5-6 developers on them.
This is so annoying.
And they're literally just designing a game on a whiteboard. So chances are they pitched it, it just didn't get approved, and they didn't think it had potential to really return a profit, so they canceled. Either way, that's that. RPG3, clever codename. I bet you can figure out what that stands for. Currently does not have an assigned codename, developer, or theme, but it is penciled in to release after Scarlet's 2 years of support. Okay. So they're just saying, hey, we're going to work on this eventually. We're going to accept like pitches and ideas. No clue what it is yet, but we'll figure it out. And again, that would be something that releases after 2 years of Scarlet support.
Then Remake 3 currently doesn't have a signed codename, developer, or game, but we'll remake that. We'll release approximately 1 year after.
Same with this remake number 3. It does not have an assigned codename, developer, or game, but it will be one that releases roughly after a year of RPG 3's release, which puts it 2030, 2031.
I'll have a look.
So they're planning that far out already, and some of it has not even started production, and they don't even know what it's going to be, like these remakes and RPGs. But
so
still,
many games,
it's crazy. They're working that far ahead of time, and they're thinking that long term, which for a company that's putting thousands.
Yeah, the only games I think they can remake are Assassin's Creed 2, because people actually would want that, and Assassin's Creed 1 or 3. Other than those two, I don't know why you would remake any of the other ones. The other ones don't make any sense. Maybe Rogue?
Developers on projects is significant because it means that hopefully
the song he's singing is supposed to be duet.
You know what? I'm optimistic with this. You know, I love Assassin's Creed games because I played them when I was younger, and I remember the days when they were goaded back with like AC2 and.
Does he not have a girlfriend?
Does he not have TikTok? These games back
Put it on
in the day
TikTok.
were like,
I'll fix it.
The crop. And they've, had some hits and misses here and there, but the quality's been more up in the air. But I just hope that this is the start of sort of a renaissance of Assassin's Creed games. I would love for that to happen. Just the idea of getting like a full remake, even close to like the Oblivion remake, but for Black Flag, that's really exciting to me, and I like that. And some people are gonna no doubt like throw fits over the multiplayer stuff, which I think probably, you know, reveals that they're not too familiar with Assassin's Creed games, at least older ones, because like these games had multiplayer modes
is he gonna show
way
it?
back.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. If they do multiplayer, do this. Bring this back, it will actually do well, right? If they bring this stuff back, it will do well, because this was fun. This multiplayer stuff was fun. If they are just trying to make an Assassin's Creed game that's like co-op multiplayer, like with Unity, where you would just do missions with friends, that's not going to do well. Because that shit was so boring. Because you could do the missions by yourself. You didn't need friends to help you with the missions. You could do it by yourself. It just, with friends, made it easier. But it was even with friends, it was so boring.
Early on. This
is fun.
A clip from Loomer of Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer match gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, this game had multiplayer modes
AC3, I don't remember if it was 2. It was one of them. It was either 2 or it was like Brotherhood or Revelations. It was one of them. But 3 and Black Flag, they all had this. It was so
like
good.
Arenas where you'd go and you'd try to assassinate each
so
other.
Fun.
Really straightforward and simple, but kind of fun and novel. But I think like the height of Ubisoft's experimentation with multiplayer stuff in the Assassin's Creed franchise was with AC Unity, as you can see here in this clip from Mr. Ed, with AC Unity's multiplayer mode, where they had co-op matches where you could go.
Yeah, I hated the co-op stuff. I hated it. It was so dumb. It was so bad. You could do this stuff by yourself. You didn't need friends, and you could do the missions without friends. Right? They made it possible. But the problem is if you had friends or people to come and help, and you did like a mission, like all the missions would get you better stuff, better money, if you didn't get seen. If you did it stealthily, I don't know if it's all of them, but most of them, if you did it without being seen, the entire mission accomplished it, you would get better stuff. The amount of times where I did this and had random people who would just run in, like this, for instance. They'd just run in and try to run past all these dudes. And just, there goes our bonus of extra stuff. Because they're fucking stupid.
Go in with your friends and like work together on black box missions assassinating targets. Really, really cool, and it honestly worked quite well. Like smoke bomb, one friend tosses it in, another guy rushes in and is gonna get the jump on him and assassinate him right there. Boom. And you did it. And then everybody just escapes. Run off the wall, go jump into the water, and get out. You did it. You assassinated the target. I love that idea.
Like, it's not bad. It's not good. The other mode is way better. We just
love these types of modes. I've actually played these with my friends.
You be assassins against
Unity's
other
launch.
players.
And it's honestly
way
a good time.
better.
If you've not tried Unity's co-op mode, you
should. This is the other thing here, right? Like what's going on here. He has to now wait for these other 3 players to leave the zone.
It's actually pretty decent. But what happened is Unity was such a disaster that they ended up throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and they were like, oh, Unity didn't do well. Well, it's clearly because of the co-op when it wasn't. But also back in...
The co-op wasn't bad, it just wasn't good. So, like, the reason why it wasn't good is because when everyone heard there was going to be co-op, everybody thought it was going to be you play through the Assassin's Creed game with a friend. But it wasn't. It was just little missions like that you would do with friends. That was it. That's why it wasn't fun. If I could play through Unity with a friend, like the whole game, that would be fun.
In 2014, co-op was like, it was like saying, live service. It was like saying extraction shooter nowadays. Like everybody kind of rolled their eyes when you said
just doing stupid little missions.
2014, but nowadays I think people would be into this. If like some of the multiplayer projects and games that they're
and then having
on,
bonuses restricted to like whether or not you didn't get caught.
I think it was Echoes. That's
the other thing, right? If they did bring that back, make it so that whoever got seen doesn't get the the advantage, right? Doesn't get the extra stuff. But the person who didn't get seen, they should still be allowed to get the extras because they didn't get seen. The other fucking idiots who run in did. You know what I mean? It's just like you get punished for having one teammate who's just a fucking idiot. It was just annoying. I don't know. Because the other thing, the only reason why anybody did these missions too, by the way, was just simply because they locked like cosmetic things. Well, not really cosmetic. They actually, some of them actually like boosted defense and stuff. They locked like belts or like gauntlets or hoods behind completing these missions. And they were like things that would get you extra defense or extra attack or whatever. But they locked them behind completing these missions.
If those end up playing any similarly to this, I'm interested. That could be really, really cool. But even if it's something that looks awful or something that I just hate or am not interested in, like if they still give me access to a Black Flag remake or an AC2 remake or an AC1 remake or something so that I have something to sink my teeth into, I'm still a happy camper. I think I'll still be good to go, even if I'm not currently enjoying like the live service offering. I'm okay with that.
Only if they don't ruin the original.
If you didn't like the co-op mode in Unity, just don't play the co-op mode. If you don't like the multiplayer mode in AC3, just don't play the...
When I played Unity, when did I... Wait, hold on. How long ago did I play it? There was a belt or something I wanted to like fix my stuff, like to make me stronger while I was playing it, and it took me so long because the mission that required to have at least 2 people. Did I scroll past it? Where is it? I feel like I scrolled past it. No, there it is. Like this is Unity when I played Unity, right? A year ago. When was the last one? It was... What was the date? Oh, over a year ago. It's in 2023. June of 2023. Okay. Why does it say a year? Oh, because it hasn't come up to 2 years yet. That's what it is. That confused the shit out of me. Anyway, I think it was like in between like this and this. Maybe? There was a belt that I wanted, and it required me to have at least 2 people. At least, like a minimum of 2 people on the mission. And I had to complete the mission. And I think I had to do it without being seen as well to get the belt. And bro, I just kept getting people who were so dumb. They just kept running in like idiots and getting caught. And the other thing, they would like die as well. So then I just couldn't complete the mission. Like it was so annoying. I never ended up getting the belt because I was like, fuck this. I've had enough of this. But the other thing too, the other reason why I gave up was because it would take like an hour to find someone because nobody else was doing the missions. Or if they were doing them, they were only doing the missions where you didn't need someone to help. Because some of the missions, it didn't require you to have a minimum of 2. It just required 1 person to be doing the mission. So you could just go in and do it. And yet, the ones that were required a minimum of 2 would take so long to find someone.
AC3, like it's no harm, no foul. If you're not interested in it,
so even like 2 years ago, no one was playing it.
Taking now, they're just breaking it up into multiple standalone releases so that each game kind of has its own ability to be the focus of a marketing campaign, and they can target them more specifically and focus resources that way as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out for Ubisoft. A lot of eggs are in this basket, certainly. But I think if you're going to release 9 games in 6 years, this is the way to do it. I mean, I maybe wouldn't release this many if I were in charge of the franchise, but I also am not responsible for 18, 19,000 people's livelihoods. So maybe if I were, I would be more inclined to try pump.
Like, I think I said at the start, 2 main games in 6 years isn't bad, right? Like 3 years a game. That's not that bad. And then maybe like have Tencent doing the mobile game or whatever. 9 games is so many.
A lot more of these out, but at the very least, you know, it's interesting to see how they're handling it, and I think the way that they're going to approach it is probably the right way, where you pair.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Montreal is doing the Black Flag remake, right? The one who made Black Flag is doing the remake.
Air live service with single player stuff that appeals to old school fans, and you give devs time and resources,
and they have like a main studio
they actually want to make. I think if they can follow through on all of that, they have a chance at some serious success, at least with core fans. And we saw with AC Shadows, there's still a lot of interest in the franchise if you give the devs time and resources to do what they're capable of doing. But let me know what you think of all of this in the comment section below. I'm honestly very interested.
What did he say about AC Shadows? Why do you have to cut that out?
I think it's got a decent pace.
You guys saw that, right?
To see what Hexay is like. I think Hexay is the one I'm most intrigued by. Like, the Black Flag remake might be cool or really, really good. I'm not sure. But Hexay, at least, we know more about and seems much more intriguing. Like, very, very interesting. A linear Assassin's Creed game, that's something we haven't seen in a long, long time. And it's also like really dark and gritty. They've got Darby working on the narrative. There's a lot of really interesting things that I think are going in its favor, and I'm interested to see where that goes. So let me know what you think of all of this in the comment section below. And I do know that Ubisoft employees and people have watched my videos and do watch actively. So if you have any feedback for them, put it in the comments. You never know who's reading. Just saying. But with all that said, thanks for watching, guys. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see. What am I? This is what mine are. This is my recommendations. What? This is a problem? Did Xbox make the wrong choice with their price increases? Interesting. What's this one? Turkish Thomas, that makes sense. Noxanol, that makes sense. Asmongold, makes sense. Luke, makes sense. Billiam? Bro, it's... When did I watch this?
Yeah.
Hold on. Shut up, Billiam. I watched The Lost... Wait, where is these playlists? Here it is. I watched all of these ages ago. Like, I watched this when it came out. That was 7 months ago. Like, I watched this one, and then I think I watched these 3 when they came out. I actually really like this. Bro, I like Lost so much. Lost is such a good show. Oh yeah, and I watched this the other day. Digimon. Deep dive on Digimon Virtual Pets. I didn't realize they were still making them, to be honest. What's this? Is that Steve Richards? Yeah, Steve Richards. Then you got TFS, you got Noglan Terrorizer React, we got Devon, more Asmon, and then we got, oh, that guy, the law guy. That's my recommendations. It's a mixture of all the things I love. Except for this. I don't know what this is about. I don't give a shit about Xbox, if I'm being honest. Okay. Bro, you are snoring so loud. Where is that? Where's that link? Where's that? Wait, what? Where's the link? Oh, I found it. Never mind. Bro, that was weird. Shut up. Is this the video, Benny? Because my YouTube stuff broke. Is YouTube still working? Are you here, Benny? Yeah? Okay. 450k likes. It's birds. I don't like birds. This song was recorded for the what? Cornell Lab of Ornithology? What the fuck is that? Singing a mating call to a female that would never come. He died in 1987. Sucks to suck. I don't like birds. Okay. Is this the thing that was supposed to be a duet? Shut up. What did you say? Of the virgin bird? Last of his kind. Sucks to suck. This is a good bird. Wait, wait. Open on YouTube. Listen to him. It's a much better bird call. The kookaburra is like pasta, bites finger. Bro, it was a TikTok or something I watched yesterday. It was a kookaburra and the guy's like, "Are you hungry? Are you hungry, buddy? Are you hungry? Here, have this." And he went to like give him like a ham or something, and the kookaburra just latched onto his finger. He was like, "Ah, you prick!" The kookaburra didn't give two shits about his ham. Listen to him.
What's that all about? Huh? Who's a handsome bunch?
There's 4 of them. Oh, there's 5. Look at them. There's what's around my house. I have a whole family of these fuckers. They just hang out in my fucking tree out my window, giggling, laughing at themselves. I fucking love these birds. These birds are great. So good. Yeah, so these are my recommendations. What's on the homepage? Oh god, now I got fucking kookaburras and cockatoos. I hate cockatoos. I hate these fucking things. These and galahs. Galahs are the ones that are pink with the, I think it's white or yellow on their head. Bro, this, these things are so fucking annoying. They sit in the tree out front of our house and they just screech. What? I'm good. Asman reacts to my Hassan hit piece. He's going to jail. Life ruined. Makes sense. Oh, look, it's useless. I'm about to end stream, so you came back at a horrible time. Horrible torture. Wait, perfect torture for your crime? What crime? I didn't commit no crime. I don't know what that means. You went to go get pegged for the weekend? Is that what you're saying? You got pegged. Simon got pegged. Oh, am I miscounting? Nah. I didn't miscount. The count missed me. What's this?
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot, and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus, no bigger than this, that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish, and these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change old laws.
Lizard people.
We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. Thank fuck we don't have AR-15s.
He's not wrong.
Thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45
This has 6 million views.
seconds.
What is this?
There wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons, and there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
That was weird and great at the same time. What? Oh yeah, this. I remember this shit. I seen TikToks about it. The Drake music. What? Drake Bell music video came up. PGL. I don't know what it stands for, but it's like kayaking. For reading your messages hurts my brain. How do you miss the A and add a D to stuff? Stuff. You have to do stuff, Benny. You have to do stuff. Is this? It's Joe Hendry. Say his name. I guess we have to play this now.
Hey, you. You're finally woke. You were trying to hop the border, right? Gridded right into that Imperial Mog. same as us. And that beta over there.
Phantom, you stormcucks. Skibidi was fine until you...
What? Phantom, you stormcocks. What?
Rizzed along. Simpire was chill AF. If you weren't balding,
Simpire.
I could have copped that whip and been halfway to Goonerfell. You there, you and me.
This is
we
so
shouldn't
dumb.
be here for real on gods. It's these stormcucks the Simpire wants.
Stormcocks. The Stormcocks. Oh my god, Stormcocks is great.
All gooners and stepsisters in binds now, Rizzler.
Gooners and stepsisters in binds. Is it because they're stuck?
Quit yapping back there.
And what's got bro down?
Check your vibes. You're yapping at Ulfric Stormcuck, the true short king.
The true shocking. Oh my god.
Frick, the Sigma of Windhelm? You're the leader of the Rizbellion.
This is
But
so
have they
dumb.
dropped you? On gods, where are they thug shaking us?
This
don't
is
know.
so stupid.
But Kaisinath awaits.
No, not Kai.
This is Cap.
Anyone but Kai.
Hey, what goon cave are you from, Beta?
Why you doxing me, Chud?
A Rizzler's last thoughts should be of Ohio.
Okay.
Instead, I'm
Bro, this is only a minute. It's only a minute.
from Redditstead.
This is so stupid.
General Tullius, sir. The throat goat is waiting.
The throat goat is waiting. Oh my god, why is he still General Tullius? Why does he not get a funny name?
Based. Let's get this ratio.
Based. The
Shapiro,
throat goat is
Peterson,
waiting.
Jones, Tate, Adolf. Chuds, please help me.
Oh my god, this is so
Look
stupid.
at him. General Tullius, the military gooner. And it looks like the
Military gooner.
Thought with him. Sussy elves. I bet they had something to do with this.
Sussy elves. Oh no, not the sussy elves. Oh my god, is this a mod? This is incredible.
This is bussin'. I used to rizz up a gat from here. Wonder if Velod is still making that grimace shake with prime berries.
Oh my
next.
god, Grimace Shake. Fucking Jesus.
When I was a femboy, Simperial walls and towers
When he was a femboy? Is he not a femboy anymore?
used to make me feel so locked in.
Who are they, Daddy? What's wrong with their aura?
What?
You need to goon inside, little cuck.
But why? I want to watch The Sims.
Get inside the cave. I'm being dead ass.
Yes, Alpha.
You need a goon
Get these
inside,
soy boys out
little
of the carts.
cuck.
Yeet!
Soy boys?
Why are we edging?
Oh my god, this is
Think.
so
End
dumb.
of the grind.
Holy shit. This is amazing. This is the greatest thing we've watched in like
Let's
a
go.
month.
Shouldn't keep the Chads waiting for us.
Sure.
No, stop! We're not betas.
Keep your death with some aura, Beta.
Oh my god.
You've got to tell them we weren't sussy.
We
This is
weren't
Cap.
sussy.
Gritty
Wait,
towards
isn't he the
block
short
and
king?
show your only
He's
fan.
taller than that
One
guy.
at a time.
Simpire loves their phantom lists.
Ulfric Stormcuck, Sigma of Windhelm.
It has been goated for real, Sigma Ulfric.
Faceloff of Glissywood.
Of Glizzy Wood?
Brokir of Redditstead.
No, I'm not sturdy. You can't do this for real.
Dead ass.
You're not gonna joke me.
You're not gonna joke
Anyone
me.
else feel like edging?
Wait, you there.
This is
Pull up.
amazing. Pull up. Pull up.
Who am you?
Who are... Wait, who are you?
Hey, it's CJ Mattis.
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was incredible. That was the greatest thing I've seen in ages. That's too fucking funny. So stupid. Is that a mod? Can I get that? I want it. I want the whole game to be that. That's incredible. Holy shit. Fuck me. Oh, Jesus. Life under labor? They haven't won. Well, technically they've won, but they haven't won. I think it's like 80% of the votes or something, right? They're like only at 80%, I think. History. Because I can't remember what the fucking website is. There it is. Are they at 80%? Yeah, 78.58% counted. They've won, but they haven't won, if that makes sense. Oh my god. I can't get over how funny that was. What is this? Oh, I don't like it. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. Ooh, I don't like that. I think I do with the rest. Okay, his wasn't as bad. Fuck are you watching? Whatever I want. Yeah, some of these aren't as bad. That first chick was like creepy. Recess, bro. Oh my god, I didn't like that one either. That one was creepy too. Oh, how are they gonna do this guy? Oh! What the fuck? Bro, his eyeballs! Oh my god, holy shit! Oh, that one was different. He didn't morph into it. Bro, this first one though. Oh my god. Oh, bro, that first one's creepy. Holy shit. Oh no, bro, I watched one fucking brain rot Skyrim thing and now I have two already recommended to me. Hey, Kookaburra! Look how fluffy he is. Offline, don't do that. Do what? Kookaburras are great. Look at him. Look how cute he is. What an adorable little guy. What do you mean, watch this? Spider-Man, but he has brain rot. Bro, this is so creepy. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. What the fuck is this?
Such brave, strong, handsome men.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's Ghost Stories. Bro, this is the funniest shit ever.
No, I'm Jewish. What's a homepage? Very good, little Christian soldier. And you should never see homepages.
I'll watch this and then I'll end stream.
The internet was
I have to watch this now.
from the Lord Jesus to spread the word of God throughout the world. But pedophiles and Muslims stole it and used its holy power to seduce children like yourself into not get out, get saved.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to take back that Harvard offer.
It's my mom's.
Well, that explains your painfully unattractive looks and your lackluster scholastic performance. And your unfortunate brother.
Bitch!
What?
Hey, can you guys hear anything? You know what I hear? I hear the sound of you shutting the fuck up. Let's see. 7? What the fuck are you talking about? Our president is an idiot and a liar. God bless America, land of free speech. And I don't care what they say, boys don't play with dolls. I'm not going to have a retarded gay brother.
You should have let Ketchero keep the doll. I mean, Leo played with dolls when he was a kid, and he's not a fag.
I only use the Barbies for G.I. Joe's hose.
Ghost Stories is amazing.
No.
And sometimes you're a bitch.
Principals always look like lesbians.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Ketchero! What? Have you done your homework yet? Oh wait, you're dyslexic. Done your homework, Cav? You, I'm Answer. Hey, talking, me too. You can do it!
What? Wait, hold on. was so random. Like, this whole show is random, but that was so random. That came out of nowhere.
Morning, Satsuki.
Hi there.
Don't you just
What?
hate laundry day?
If your husband would get a job, you could buy a dryer.
I'm too good to have that deadbeat come home without liquor on his breath and lipstick on his collar. Rat bastard.
Cats are out. Why
What
am I still
the
talking like
fuck?
that, redneck? It's Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson.
¿Cuándo no has visto al niño que luce que este
What?
es el primo claro? No, estúpida. Adiós, gracias.
How Hitler.
I don't know what the fuck they just said, but I bet it was
Looks like
funny.
it's you and me, Raggedy Ann. Call me Barbie. Okay, fine. Looks like it's you and me, Barbie. I'm going fucking crazy. You are pathetic.
Okay.
When he died, I
Yes!
was so sad that I would never hear that voice again. His laugh, his funny little requests,
Touch me.
his reprimands.
Touch me harder.
Touch me harder.
Bobby, please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Order up. Just kidding.
That's going to be the greatest scene in all of anime. That's so funny. That's so I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? Bro, can you imagine, like, the funniest thing about this is real. This is real. This is the actual dub for Ghost Stories. It's incredible.
My daughter's dead and you're making food jokes? Many people have said they've seen her there, you know?
Shiitake?
She's busy.
Perry, it's been 3 years now. Shizuko was a tragic hit-and-run victim near that very railroad crossing. Probably just some ugly fat girl, you know? Winona.
This is too good, bro. This is peak cinema. This is amazing. Probably just some ugly fat girl.
Judd or Carney
Do you think it was Froggen?
Wilson, maybe Nell Cart. Where's the justice? Here this loser finally finds an attractive,
Once a slut,
thin
always a
girl
slut.
to marry, and she has to die.
Whatever. Just fill the hole filler. Sure.
A whole filler?
Hey there, what are you kids doing here? School's over. Go home, you sillies.
No, thanks.
Oh, nice cat.
You don't let me out. You're a cat killer.
But they told me not to do that.
Pussy, I guess you always do what your big sister tells you to do. You are retarded.
I'm all alone, forgotten, like a black family in Bush America.
Think of
What?
a big black man chasing you.
Well, he's not racist.
It's not racist.
Nice ass. Do not lust in your heart. Jesus, you're right. Pardon me. I really enjoyed running with you today. Don't you have any money for shoes? Did the Crips beat you up and take yours too? They took mine, and now my dad only buys me cheap ones from Payless.
Thank God. I never thought I'd be happy to
What
see one
the
of those
fuck?
things. Hey, put the donuts down. Drop the Krispy Kreme, Serpico. We need your help
You
here.
my house look like my father and my brother after 9 months or
Yeah, boogity, diggity, googity, diggity, diggity, diggity.
They were tempted by fruit, and they knew they were sinful and naked without
That's so stupid.
Need your help
You my
here.
house look like my father and my brother after 9 months or
Yeah, boogity, diggity, googity, googity, diggity, diggity, diggity.
So dumb. It's so dumb, but it's so funny. Oh my god, this is stupid. I love it.
tempted by fruit, and they knew they were sinful and naked without Jesus.
Holy
Hello,
shit.
sinner. God, can you go bomb an abortion clinic or something? You just wait.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Hello, sinner. Oh my god, this is
When
incredible.
that wonderful president finishes stacking the Supreme Court, we won't have to. Don't forget what I told you about premarital sex. Abstinence only got it.
I mean, I like Terry O'Quinn and all, but that guy's a freak. Is Naveen Andrews still screwing Barbara Hershey? Remember her lips and beaches? And why do fags like that movie so much? God. Oh, perfect. It's in Japanese. Jing Chao No Ning Tao. Wait, that's Chinese. Luckily.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Remember her lips and beaches? And why do fags like that movie so much? God. Oh, perfect. It's in Japanese. Jing Chao Nao Ning Tao. Wait, that's Chinese. Luckily, I can read barricade.
We're ready to...
You say lucky I can read barricade?
Hello, sir!
Alright, everyone withdraw.
Sir, yes, sir!
My voice isn't usually this bassy, but it makes the men respect me more.
Obeying horror movie rules, I'm going to go out alone. You stay here while I go out looking for help.
Okay. God bless him. Leaving me here alone and defenseless in a cemetery. What a guy.
Okay.
You're such a bitch. What did you say? I have an itch.
I'm doing my standard anime
have
elbows
an
up
itch.
pose.
What?
Whoever told you to do this, well, she's either a bitch or a ghost.
Shinobu, you don't look so good.
Run! She's a ghost and a bitch!
She's a ghost and a bitch.
This bitch can't count. A not deficient lesbian with scoliosis. What is it with me and lesbians? It's the jacket.
Obeying horror movie rules, I'm
the
going to go
jacket.
out alone. You stay here while I go out looking for help.
Okay.
Did we say this?
God bless him. Leaving me here alone and defenseless in a cemetery. What a guy.
Let's start off lunch with a bang.
This teacher needs to get laid more than you do, Leah.
You're right.
The least you could have done was to invite my sister to have sex with you and Mr. Zakata. Now she'll die a virgin.
Will someone shut him up?
Whatever that is.
Getting a blast.
We've got the power.
Run, Satsuki! Run from yet another Japanese horror movie knockoff! Run!
I know. We've done the ring like 4 or 5 times.
At least we're not ripping off the ring again.
Hey!
Leo?
There's some weird red fog at the school, and I just saved a ton of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
What?
Numbers. We came from the 11th floor, and this is making sense to me. And I'm dyslexic. You're right, Ketchup.
Bro, that's incredible. That is incredible. Bro, when you watch that for the first time, you're like, this has got to be an abridged, right? Like an abridged series. But it's not. That's the official dub for Ghost Stories. And it's incredible. Bro, that shit is so funny. Oh, it makes you want to watch the whole thing. Holy shit. Bro, I had tears in my eyes. I laughed so much. Lucky I can read barricade. Wait, does that say what I think it says? My butt crack is vibrating? What? Okay. Well, you know. That's something I've said out loud now. Anyway. I gotta go. 2 hours, yeah. I was gonna say, I was trying to push it to 2 hours. The stream wasn't that short. I don't know how well the stream has been going. Has it been like shitting itself again? Because I'm getting no notifications about it. Hopefully tomorrow I can stream long. I'm gonna try and stream long. And hopefully my stuff doesn't shit itself again. I don't know why it's doing this. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway. If you guys enjoyed today's stream, leave a like. Go to see more, subscribe. But until next time. What?